Hi, good evening. Welcome to Neighborhood News. John Sylvia, and here with Carlos Cesar from the Flint neighborhood, and it's another Tuesday night.
It's a Tuesday night, and we are back 7 o'clock at night, channel 95 on your cable. And again, if you are watching our show and it's not a Tuesday, it's because you're watching the repeats. Look next Tuesday. Look for our show next Tuesday. We will have a brand new show for you. For the Portuguese community, sejam bem-vindos para mais programa das suas notícias da sua vizinhança. Como acontece todas as terças-feiras, às 7 horas da noite, no canal 95, nós estamos de volta para fazer mais programa para si. Hoje não temos convidados, nós vamos ter a oportunidade de conversar bastante. Fique conosco. So, and because we don't have guests today, we're gonna have a chance to talk. And it's so much going on in our city, and we're approaching the July 1st, which is 3 days before 4th of July. But
I know.
I guess we were going to be relaxing when 4th of July comes, because the whole
Hope so, right?
The whole job's going to be done by July 1st.
Yeah, one way or the other.
We're going to see how much we have to spend this year. Next year. The year starts from July to July. We're going to see how I don't like that. I like to when it starts in January to December, because we spend the rest of the money we have in Christmas. You know, so we can start the whole year again.
Yeah, no, it is weird.
Right?
This is fiscal 2015 starting in July, so that's always confusing to me.
Can you imagine Christmas time being in July? It's like you don't know how much you want to spend because you still have another 6 months to go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with the city. But anyhow. So we have some events on our community, our neighborhoods are getting ready for the summer, and summer starting in a couple of weeks.
We should probably talk about the citywide cleanup that is going to take place on June 7th. And there are many different locations. I know you guys are doing a big project at Britland Park, right?
Britland Park.
Okay. And we're doing, ours is a little smaller. We're doing our park, Pulaski Park, and a little around the neighborhood there. But I know Kennedy Park is a big area that they do, North Park. But you can go on the mayor's Facebook page and see all the areas. And I believe it's going to be posted in the paper again. But just to get into that, roughly we have, I think 1,000 people, they say. That was the biggest they've had. And everybody out there is saying, you know, they want to make a difference, or this, that, or that, about Fall River, that it's bad. But this is an opportunity to get out there and help, you know what I mean, and try to make a difference. It's only going to take, if you only can spend an hour there, spend an hour. If you can only spend 2 hours,
you don't have to stay for the entire time, but a little bit helps. And you're right, on the Flint, usually we concentrate in 2 parks. We do the Britland Park, and we do Lafayette, and we do Travassos. Because we did fix Lafayette last year, and we paint everything, and we paint the fences and all of that, I think the only thing that's still not done yet and supposed to be done in a couple of weeks, I believe, is the lighting. Because they got a grant to put the new lightings there. The lights we had there went to Henry Lord Field, so that's the only thing that still needs to be done there. If we go to Travassos, they're supposed to start construction next month, so that's why we're not even bothering with Travassos, because the whole thing's going to be in construction, the whole park. So we are going to be in 2 places because we have so many volunteers, and so we're going to have a big team at the Britland Park, because last year we start revealing the river. We clean up a good waterfront, and now we're going to clean up the other sides next to the field. So if you are on the field, you can after the cleanup,
just walk over there and
you can see the river. You know,
That's
so
great.
we're revealing the river because is a project for us to put a dock there with some canoes and some paddle boats. but I was told that right now they are in the process of cleaning the water, and you can kind of smell the water from the park.
Yeah.
Because all the years, you know, everybody was dumping on the river.
Yeah.
So they are doing the cleanup on the water.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I hope next year or the year after, we will be able to utilize the waterfront.
Cool. So what are they going to do to fix it? Do you know? Do they say how they're going to? Because I know, isn't that, I thought the Quequechan goes through there. 'Cause remember when we had the big floods
under the
under that area? Oh, okay.
the rails there.
Okay.
So it's a good area
Yeah.
that we can close.
Oh, okay.
We can close so people won't go far. That
Yeah.
that we don't want to
Yeah.
go
yeah.
after lost people
Yeah.
with the boats. So, but it is a good area
Yeah.
that will be opened and people could you know, use the boats and kayaks and,
Cool.
and everything there. So it is and like I said, every neighborhood has a piece of waterfront.
Yeah.
We just need to have a vision and to bring that
Yeah. They're
into
back. No, I
in
agree.
our favor.
Yeah, I agree. I
You know,
agree.
because if it's any other cities that has what we have,
Yep.
believe me, they will utilize every inch of
No, I
the
agree.
waterfront.
I agree. I
You
agree.
know, and we need to get into that system too. So and besides that, I know your neighborhood got the grant too.
Yeah, we got the
like
we grant like
did.
you guys did. Yeah, and what we're doing is we're going to have we're putting up neighborhood banners like you guys already have. We have about 30 of them that are going to go up, and what we're going to do with that money is buy the banners, and also we're going to have a volunteer day at the park. To spruce that up, do some mulching, plant some things, and clean up the park and that area around there. And it's going to end with a volunteer recognition day. We have Home Depot now that is going to get together and do projects with the kids during that time. And we are going to have somebody doing face painting and some children's games. And it's going to be free hot dogs, chips, and water. Mm-hmm. So it should be a good time.
And another good opportunity for the community to get together and
get out there, meet your neighbors.
exactly.
Right?
So on our end, we're gonna fix the tot lot on Quequechan.
Much needed work, right?
Oh yes, it's that park, that basketball court there. It's been abandoned for many years, and. But it's unbelievable how many people you see and how many kids you see playing in there every time that you drive by. Yeah. And excuse me. So we're going to be painting the fence, putting the hoops up, putting a net from volleyball. The poles are there, but it's no net. Yeah. We're going to be painting and bringing back the playground there. They have a small section of a playground. So it will be a very good project, and
cool.
That's what we applied for the grant, and that's what we got the grant for.
Yeah, that's good. We should also talk about, since we were talking about the your park getting done, which I saw another publication about the governor. He was in Taunton talking about 54 parks in the Commonwealth got these splash parks or grants for that, which is part of your park. But it's amazing when you talk to people, sometimes they don't know that this stuff's actually going on, like that playground at Father Travasso, which is going to tie into the bike path that's going to be bordering both our neighborhoods. And it's amazing how many people don't even realize that that's, I believe the bike path is halfway through. They're halfway through with all the printing. Now it's just getting all this stuff together.
And the way they're going to connect that with Westport is amazing, because a person from the White's restaurant, if he comes down to Fall River, he could come through Father Travassos, and if he kept going, he's going to go into Britland Park.
Yeah, which is going to be great.
And could keep going the whole city. That's going to cross the whole city. So take a day with the bikes but it's a very nice program, and we end up getting the money from the bike path program.
Yep. Great.
Because there was no money available for the parks, but it was a good project, and I think the governor saw a very good project.
Yeah. No, it's good.
After everything was approved, I got a couple of letters requesting to change the plans from a basketball court to a deck hockey. And the reason for, and just on my neighborhood alone, I have like 4 or 5 basketball courts,
yeah.
and it's basketball courts all over the city.
Yeah.
But the city don't have a deck hockey.
Yeah.
The cost is the same.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of teams that has to travel outside the city, but the other teams never come to Fall River because we don't have
Yeah. They don't have the facilities,
a
right?
facility to get them. So what happened was I put a letter together. My secretary put a letter together, and we request the state to change the basketball courts to deck hockey,
Yeah.
and it was approved.
Cool.
Even after everything was done and approved already,
Yeah.
the cost was about the same. It's just it's one more thing that the city will be available into the city kids that we didn't have before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing is the water playground. I call it the water playground, but and I can call it the water playground because so far it's going to be the only one
Yeah.
at the city parks.
Yeah.
What it is a couple of sprinklers, to the kids to get cold
Yeah. Yeah.
on
yeah. Yep.
on
Hot
the
day.
summer day instead of being on the streets.
Yeah.
They will be there, and then we have the soccer field and all the other rest of the it's
No,
a
it's
lot of
gonna be
money
great.
that the state's going to.
Yeah, but it's going to be good. I mean, I think that those whole splash things started at the Rose Kennedy Walkway in Boston, where they started out just making that, and in the middle they have that splash thing, and there are tons of people, tourists, people that live there. It's very popular with little kids.
No,
so.
I think so, and we have a lot more going on the Flint too, but some stuff still under negotiations, and
there we
I
go.
don't want to interrupt those negotiations with whoever's doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just playing behind
There
the
you go.
scenes.
Yeah,
I do
there you go.
I'm doing my support. I do what I can behind the scenes, but it is people that are involved and,
Yep.
and trying. New
Exactly.
stuff for the and more stuff for the Flint.
Well, we could talk about one other thing just real quick. I'll make the announcement about Kennedy Park's Inclusion Playground is already open now. I know they're having a groundbreaking, but it is open. The kids can go in there, so that's a good thing. I haven't been. Have you been there yet?
No,
I
I
haven't
didn't. I didn't. But I have to say today I was on the phone with the president from the St. Anne's,
Yep.
Pam, and Pam is going to have the movie night. So St. Anne's is going to have the movie night. They're going to be showing Frozen.
Oh, wow.
The movie just came out last month, but they're going to be showing Friday, July 11th. So you can put on your agenda. Friday, July 11th is going to be at Kennedy Park, and the same movie is going to be at Britland Park on the next day, the Saturday, the 12th.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to have a fun day. I already ordered the moonwalk. We're
Wow.
going to have music. We're going to have food, vendors, games for the kids, and we're going to spend the afternoon at the park. And when it gets dark, we will show the movie.
Cool.
So July 11th at Kennedy Park,
Yep.
and then the next day, Saturday the 12th, at Britton Park.
Excellent. See, there we go. Always something to do, and it's free.
It's free.
The movie's free, so that's
Yep.
great.
Talking about free, we having a trolley ride the month of August. I do it every year. It's free. Bring your kids, bring your grandkids.
Yeah.
It's a nice walk. It's about 40-minute walk. We will learn about trees, about insects. The kids have a lot of fun. It's a trolley ride.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
it's free. People can, contact us for. I have to say that our Day of Portugal is sold out. 112 people.
Wow.
We
There you go.
bring
Good.
it to Day of Portugal in Cape Cod, in Provincetown,
Yep.
Cape Cod for the Day of Portugal, so it's
You're moving along.
plenty to do.
Yeah.
Watson School, the kids from Watson School,
Yep.
we bring them to the trustees of reservation.
Yep.
Monday, June 2nd,
Yep.
and Tuesday, June 3rd. We're
Okay.
going to be bringing kids from Watson School to walk on the trustees and learn
That's good.
about the facilities there.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. I bet you already went
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
It's a very nice. I go there every year, and every year I learn new
Something
stuff,
new, right?
and I
Yeah.
see new stuff. So it's very nice.
Yeah.
June 9, we do a trolley, a tourism
Okay.
trolley ride.
Okay.
What we do is, I did it last year, and I'm going to do it this year again. June 9th, the trolley rides, we will be showing the kids from Espiritu Santo School. We're going to be around our neighborhoods and talking about historic homes, talking about monuments,
Yep.
about history.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
the kids last year, they loved it.
Cool.
And for as a price, I bring them here downtown,
Yep.
and I show them the waterfall.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
okay.
is
Yeah, that's
right
cool.
behind the
Yeah,
mills.
right behind Wow there.
which they didn't know about it, and they loved it, and I bet they would bought the parents by now.
Yeah.
They were
It's cool.
amazing with the history and how we put the river into pipe.
Yeah.
And
It's amazing.
and we have a nice waterfall there behind. Even our driver didn't know about it.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
he's on his 40s.
Oh, wow. No, I've seen
He said
it
he
before.
never went there.
Wow, unreal, huh? Sheesh. But you know, speaking about that whole history thing, people really don't realize a lot of the history we have. There were houses on North Main Street that were hiding places for the Underground Railroad. So there's a lot of history there, and you know, we just walk by and see it's like the YMCA or that church, but they were involved in that whole history of the Underground Railroad. So, so yeah, it's interesting. They're going to bring. I'm sure they'll bring up a lot of that.
And one good thing about the Flint is, as everybody knows, we have a lot of mills.
Yep.
And back in the day, they built those mills because it was down,
Yeah.
so they could be high and watch over
Yeah.
the mills.
Yeah.
And they built the beautiful homes on the highlands.
Yeah.
The owners of the mills built those beautiful homes on the islands, on the highlands.
Yeah.
But guess what? The money was made on the Flint.
Yeah.
So every day they will come down the hill
Yeah.
to the Flint to work and then
Yeah.
go home again.
Yeah.
And it says the history that the cemetery, Oak Grove Cemetery, is facing the Flint because when they started the cemetery, the first people that was buried in the cemetery was the owners of the mills.
Oh, wow.
And they want to be faced to the mills.
See, now I didn't know that, and that makes
Yes.
sense because it's up on a hill, sort of.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
up on the hill, and not just they built the homes on the highlands, but even the cemetery, they built the cemetery
Yeah.
facing
Wow.
down the Flint.
Yeah, cool. That's
So
cool.
it's a lot of people say it's always a lot of water down on the plaza there, on the
Yeah,
Flint
yeah.
Plaza. And that was done because in 1900s, people will travel in horses.
Yeah.
And they will come from New Bedford, from other towns, with the carriages and everything. They will tie up the horses right there because there was a huge fountain there.
Yeah.
And they will leave the horses there to eat and drink
Yeah.
when they will go up Pleasant Street and Conley Street to shop.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of in a hill, and
Yeah.
doesn't matter how much we're going to spend there,
Yeah.
we're never going to fix that
Yeah.
because we cannot.
Yeah, 'cause
we cannot bring that
Yeah.
level up.
Yeah, I thought that's an underground river in that point, at that area, right? Isn't there an
Yes,
underground?
was
So,
a
yeah.
lot of drainage.
Yeah, yeah,
Was a
so-
lot of drainage
yeah,
there.
so-
So, but you know, the Flint station was the first fire station in the city.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of history on
Yeah,
the Flint,
no,
and
we
if you
do.
want to know more, you have to come with us.
There you go. No, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Very
Hey,
interesting.
cool.
Very interesting. So.
Well, we
So
have-
let's talk a little bit. We have 10 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about the city.
yeah,
So
Mario, do you think this is going to get us into trouble or what?
the
Probably.
No, we're gonna. I promise I will be nice.
Yeah.
He's always afraid of me, so I will be
It's all
nice.
right, Carlos.
No,
I
but you're
trust
right.
you.
There's a
I
lot
trust
of,
you, Carlos.
I think in the next, 2 weeks, the administration is going to bring down the budget to the city council on June 1st, which is coming up week after next, I think, because we're already coming closer to the holiday. So, so it's going to be interesting. Now, it was originally a $17 million deficit, and now it's down to 3. But we did have Kathy on the show a couple weeks back, and she kind of went over that. So I can see how that happened, but I think there's some other things that are going to have to come into play to put these pieces to the puzzle together.
Yeah.
So-
Now, I mean, it's interesting. I'm just hearing you talk about. It's interesting because just today was on the news about the 97 million for the school department.
School department,
for
correct.
the school department. So in one day we changed from 99, no less than 99, no less than 99 to it's okay 97.
Yeah.
You know, but.
I hear you. I just, you know, the whole, you know what, and I meant to go to this meeting. They had a meeting for a public input with the school committee. And I think that we in Fall River have to make a decision here. Basically, for years, we've put education on the back burner by not funding it. And I think that that's not been helping us. Everybody's been hearing that we have 30 and 31 kids in kindergarten, first and second grade. Now, I know you have 2 kids, I have 1. I don't think I could have handled 30 of my kid, you know what I mean, just for 4 or 5 hours. So, you know, you've got to keep all the kids' attention spans when they're little on you and then teach them. You know, these teachers are really, you know, they have it tough, and it's, we need to get that down. When people, we say we want people to move here. However, if they look at the statistics, and I think we've done a fantastic job with the high school, and I think I've told you this, I may have not told you, but I've told so many people this story. I went to Durfee High School, started there in 1978 when the school was first built. And during the orientation, freshman orientation, they tell everybody, look to your right, look to your left. And they said, half of these people won't be here. And it was true. We had like 1,200 kids. We were down to 600 by the time I graduated. So the graduation rate went from like 55. Now we're up to 80 or 85. So we've done well with the high school, but what about the younger kids, these formative years to get all this to go? So I agree with you. I mean, you don't know what to believe, but I think for far too long we haven't really funded education the way we were supposed to, because I think that a lot of folks in the city, you know, if once their kids are grown up, they're like, oh, well, I don't have kids in the school system anymore. You know, I'm not worried about it.
And one thing that we need to think about, and I agreed with those that say paying for education is an investment.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
Correct.
Yes,
Yep.
it is an
But
investment.
Carlos,
Because
where's the money going?
I-
But where's the money going?
I don't know where the money's going, but you know, I still in the same house. You know, it's a very small house, but but the thing is, and what I'm seeing is let's give the minimum we can.
Yeah.
But the minimum is not working.
Yeah.
Never did.
Yeah, I agree.
And every year, even before the year ends, we run out of money.
Yeah.
And that's what happened this year. That's what happened last year. So, and remember how much we got this year
Yeah.
was 99,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and look at us.
Yeah.
We're short.
No, I agree.
We don't have enough.
Well,
so how we gonna cut more, give less money, and expect the same
Yeah.
a
Same
year from
services.
today?
Yeah, no, you're right. I think, and I'm going to just change gears for 1 second because you had my mind thinking, on top of the school department, we also, I guess there was, the city council had voted down funding the water fee. We were going to have a water increase. And I know nobody wants to see increases. No, we don't. But you know what? When my car breaks down, I don't want to fix it, but I have to fix it if I want to use it. And that's what we've got to think of in the city. But I wanted to just bring this up with the water thing, because about 20 years ago I built my house, and there were other houses on the street. It's a street that's been there for a while, and got in there, and the water, when you turned on the faucet, you had to run the water for like 15 to 20 minutes for it to clear out. and sometimes it wouldn't. And you know, you put stuff in the washing machine, and sometimes you get that flush of brown water. So we went and begged for 4 years, and finally got on the list that all these other houses are on, or these other streets are on. And I looked at it this way, that for 4 or 5 years, all of my neighbors, and they had it happen even before then, that they were having problems with this water. And I was paying the same rate that somebody that got clean water was. So I look at it now that, you know what, you don't know who's not getting this. And I know 4 streets in just in my neighborhood, probably you have things going on yours, that they're fixing these water pipes that haven't been fixed in 100 years. So this is what we're paying for. We're paying for everybody. You can't just think, well, my stuff is all done, I don't have to worry about that. Let's not have a fee raise, but just because your stuff got done before, there are other people that have been waiting for years and years and years to get this done. So, and it all goes back to Carlos, that everything costs money.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know?
No, I agreed with you, and but I don't know. I don't know. I think this all. I cannot say it's only in the city, because it's a lot of. We have a lot of communities that they think like us.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But if you go to, it's an example. If you go to Rhode Island,
Yeah.
they pay a lot more tax than us.
Yeah.
But when we drive by Rhode Island, we say, wow, beautiful streets. Wow, they have beautiful trash pickup.
Yeah.
Wow, they have beautiful schools.
Yeah.
The school, we cannot compete with the school department in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
They pay a lot of money for
Yeah.
that.
But you
That's why they're the best in everything.
Yeah. But you know what, and that's like the nice areas like Barrington, I know, but if you look even at Pawtucket, Central Falls, which are not, you know, similar to Fall River, we're paying like $12 a thousand. They're paying like $24 a thousand for residential. And they still have their issues, but we're paying a decent price for what we're getting. And what I hear that frustrates me is everybody, you know, when you talk about that, people say, well, I'll move. Where are you going to move? You're going to move to Tiverton. The tax rate is $19 a thousand. You're going to pay for your trash bags. You know, it's a different situation right there. So you're already paying almost double what we're paying here, and you're going to pay for services.
And the sad part is, and we are now in graduation time. The schools are, the kids are coming out of school, and those that in college are coming out of college. I know at least 4 kids that not coming to Fall River.
No.
They're
Well,
not
guys.
coming to Fall River.
Yeah, they're not coming back because there's no
They're not
work
coming
here,
back.
unfortunately.
It's no work for
Hey
for
guys,
Yeah,
Huh?
I hate
yes,
to
sir.
tell you, but we got to start closing it up, all right?
All right.
them. Okay. They're not coming back.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
they will come for the weekend
yeah,
and they leave again, and they will 2 hours away.
yeah, yeah. No, it's true.
But makes a difference. Only 2 hours away makes a difference.
Yeah.
How they can be out of the college and find a job 2 hours away,
Yeah.
you know, and not being here.
It's always been that way, and I think just to wrap this up is that we've been trying to keep our tax rate low for too long, and I'm not saying we want to, but it's not working. So why don't we try just raising some of these things so we can fix things, because things don't get fixed because we don't have the money. And how do you get money? You get revenue from tax increases, which will eventually bring more businesses in here. So
Yeah.
that's just my opinion, not yours.
Very good.
Have a good night.
Very good. Have a good night.